Hey man, this is Vincent from Carnation, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt and Skully.
Hey, this is Joe from Gamma Bomb here, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt.
Metal-O-Mania. Side effects may include a stiff neck, leaking genitals, and bitching neighbors. Fuck 'em.
Ready to rock? Ready.
If you want a hug, go to hell and find your mother.
Jesus.
That was good. Let's get another one.
Hey metalheads out there, this is Zeva from Eradicator and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt.
Those dudes are bad dudes.
Sounds like trouble.
now, it's time again for your favorite talk show host, direct
From hell.
And welcome back to the new studio we got underway in Snoring Dog Studio Land over here. And look who I got. Look who I dragged in with me. What's up, Scully?
Hi, guys.
She's back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm very happy to see you, my dear.
Here.
I looked earlier before we started.
Life.
Yeah, in person instead of just pictures on social media. I looked earlier before we started the recording tonight, and it's been 4 months since you've been on the show, love.
Whoa, wow. Okay, well, I wouldn't have guessed it had been that long, but...
What the hell?
You know, that's funny. That's exactly how old my squirrel is.
Oh, my gosh.
So maybe that's where I've been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy running around making a zoo out of our home.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
Rescuing everything that, comes begging for help.
We have turned it, this is a shout out to our buddy Ryan with, Metalheads for against animal abuse, because he's loving us these days. We got squirrels and everything. You know what? We're going to talk about that in just a second, actually.
Okay.
First of all, welcome back to the show. Glad you're here.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Thank you.
Episode 276.
Hi, guys. Welcome to you guys.
Fuck yeah. Our guest tonight, besides Scully returning, we're going to be talking to Out of Hand.
Guest.
Yeah, right. Home-based guest.
Sorry, but who is that? Who were we talking to?
We're going to be talking to Out of Hand tonight on the show. Looking forward to it. Out of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Very awesome band, and looking forward to that later in the program. And I got Scully back. But before we get into that, I do want to talk about the 3 songs that we opened up with, and then we'll have some fun.
All right, proceed.
First, we have Rehabilitator. That is a thrash metal band out of the Ukraine, by the way. That's a band out of the Ukraine, yeah.
Nice.
They're still posting and everything on social media, so I assume they're in good shape.
Okay, yay.
Fuck yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
They are formed in 2020. This is their 3rd full-length album. Badass band. Mentally Defected is the name of the album. We played Holy Lies from it.
Okay.
Right behind that is our buddies out of Germany, Eradicator, who we had on the show not too long ago. I guess about a year ago.
Yeah.
Time flies, man. Witness to the End is their brand new single. We played that for you. We had them on the show right after Influence Denied came out in 2021, actually. So, yeah, it's been about a year.
About a year.
Wow. Okay. And then right behind that was some...
Fuck, 2022 is about to be over.
Crazy.
I don't get me started on the whole time.
We just said you haven't been here in 4 months, and it's hard to believe the whole year just...
Where does the time go?
Speaking of time, Untimely Demise was that last band you heard right before you saw our mugs on your screens here. And that was the title track off of their brand new 5th full-length outing, Maverick. There we go.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Now you're all caught up.
You are now up to speed.
All caught up with, with hopefully, a list of songs to go seek out.
We got 10 for you tonight. I have been trying to throw a few extra songs in here lately since we've fallen into almost every other week with the show lately. So I got to get more songs in there to stay up to date.
Current.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been nonstop.
We came into the show tonight with a lot of people out there in Metal Land debating the new Metallica song, but we'll put that off. We'll talk about let me absorb it a little more, and then we'll talk about it on a future episode. So
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Let me get a fuller taste.
Hasty reactions.
Right. It just came out today. People
Although,
who are following.
Isn't your initial reaction kind of like
usually?
I know things grow.
I don't love it.
But,
but those are like cysts and shit. You got to cut those off. No, but
There's no way to dress this up, sir. It isn't good.
But I don't love it yet. I will say that. But we'll talk more about that in the future. But I do want to talk about the fact that you're building a fucking zoo around me, love. I
am.
I was talking to Ryan out there a couple of weeks ago about our squirrel. We literally have a squirrel, you guys. For those not
for the
following
record,
on
that
social
was not
media.
my fault. That one is your fault. He crawled up into your hand and needed help. And
what
are you supposed to do when a fucking baby squirrel? We determined, based on some Google searching, that he was about 6 weeks old
and was
at the time.
Abandoned, clearly.
And was abandoned.
Right.
About that time is when they start kind of exploring a little bit and likely to, if they're going to fall out of the tree, that's when they're going to do it. Or, the mom's not going to go looking for them.
Right.
Like, if they're gone, they're just gone.
Right. They assume they're start of their life.
So, yeah, we had to save this thing, know. And then once it's yours and in your possession, then what are you going to do?
Right.
Because either
what do you do?
You put it outside to its death. Which you're deciding to kill
it.
Right. So what do you do with this thing?
Well, let's take it from the beginning real quick.
Okay.
First, let me tell you something about being a squirrel.
Let's start with that, because a lot of people have reached out to ask us, how in the fuck did you guys end up with a squirrel?
Okay, right, okay.
How did that happen anyway?
We had let the grass grow a couple extra days, so the grass was a little tall out front in the front yard. And I looked out the front door, and I saw this little white top of a tail going through our front yard. And we have cats, as everyone knows.
Yeah. one cat that goes outside.
Right. And I thought for sure Dan Dan's going to go and destroy whatever that is.
Yeah.
So we went outside. I sat down in the driveway. I saw the little head of a squirrel, little at that point, like she said, a little baby squirrel.
Tiny.
Poked his head
Even
out.
the tail didn't look like a squirrel tail. We thought it was like a chipmunk. Yeah, I don't even know what else.
I had no idea.
It
Yeah, I
had
didn't think
no
it was a
like
squirrel.
fur on it. It was just like one straight tail. You know, it wasn't.
What's funny is he's now way bigger than his tail was.
Yeah.
You know, like
he's huge now.
Huge now.
But so anyway, yeah, he like as soon as he cleared between the grass and the driveway, he ran to Chris.
I just held out my hand. That's all I did. And he ran right and got it right in my hand. It was crazy. It was like a fucking movie, Dr. Dolittle scene and shit.
It was crazy.
Some of our friends on social media, when I posted it, were like, "Oh my god, what are you, Snow White, motherfucker?" But it was crazy. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude.
He
though.
was just hungry, so we brought him in and we
named him.
Gave him an apple. Was the first thing we gave him.
Right, and he tore it up.
You could hear him like. It was the fucking cutest goddamn thing you'd ever seen in your life.
He is a fucking cute little fucker. I love this little shithead.
And he was so cold and like little, you know, and he just wanted to like cuddle up and be warm. And he slept for like 23 hours a day for the first like 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah,
you know,
literally
like,
slept for like 20 plus hours a day.
Right,
sir,
would wake
literally.
up and eat a little something, and
run
then
around
go
for a
back to
circle,
bed.
go back. Yeah.
We where we were giving him puppy milk. So,
Ah,
like,
that's right.
You know, basically, if you had an abandoned a puppy that was, you know, abandoned by its mother or something, what you would
You
go
get
to
a
the pet
powdered
store and
version
get a
of it.
like powdered version of
Yeah.
pet milk, puppy milk.
Yeah.
So we gave him that.
Did he like it?
Oh my god, he tore that shit up.
He
You could
tore
hear
that
him
shit
like
up.
and he would like splatter it all over his face.
He'd stand on my shoulder and I could hold a bowl right here and he'd just stick his face in the puppy milk and tear that shit up.
It was pretty cute. I think
That's
we've
awesome.
actually shown some cute pictures
Yeah.
of it all over his face.
I'll show a few along here
but he's
while we're
kind of
talking.
stopped.
but-
He doesn't really like the puppy milk anymore. He won't drink the puppy milk.
now he's
I
all
guess
nuts all the
he's past
time.
that.
He's Scully's squirrel now. He likes nuts.
Down, boy. Naughty Dicky.
His preference is pecans.
Mm.
He loves pecans. I mean, he will tear up 6 and 8 of them or something at a time. And then after he's gotten his fill, he'll still take them from you and then run around the porch and bury them. So he started in a tank. We had it was like a huge one. I don't even know, like
big,
6
huge
feet long
snake tank.
We used to put we had a bearded dragon.
Right.
So we put him in there initially to keep, you know, him safe and the cats out and things like that, you know.
Right.
And it was pretty quick. He outgrew the tank. You know, it was clear he needed more to run and jump. We were bringing sticks from inside so he could learn how to climb and walk. And
Oh, you should see our back porch right now. It's
so
a jungle.
fucking cute.
We have
so
fake
he'd
trees
like get up
and
on a
sticks
stick
everywhere.
and like roll over because he didn't know how to like hold himself, balance himself. You know,
Yeah.
so we watched.
That's how
him
little he was.
Learn
Yeah.
how to balance and jump. He couldn't even jump.
No.
We didn't even
At
have
all.
to put a lid on the tank at first because he couldn't even jump. He didn't even
Right.
know like how to get off the ground even like a centimeter, much less.
And now he
fly.
flies around the whole.
Now you can be across the room and he'll like leap on you.
The other day, even we were in there, and Scully went walking past, and he leaped off of something to land on her, and she was walking, didn't see him coming, and he leaped right by her and landed on the table. And shit. It was pretty
That's
fucking
just
funny.
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's just because you know how squirrels leap like
Yeah, he comes full flying at you.
not
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Superman. You
Yeah.
know, like it's pretty funny.
He's a cool little guy. We named him Mac because he liked apples.
Yeah, Mac, you know,
so Mac is an Apple product, of course. So yeah,
I love
he's a cool
the
little
little
guy. He's a cool dude. He's
I
got
want him
personality, man.
to stay, although you know I kind of want my porch back, and it's gonna have to be.
Well, you know, does
severely
anybody out there know any
disinfected.
experts on this subject? I'd love to hear some feedback on it. We've reached out to a few people, and I've engaged in some conversations that seem to have run dry, but yeah, I don't really know what to do. What's best for them? I've read that in captivity they live longer, so I feel like holding on to them is a good thing. But at some point, you can't help but wonder, like, when puberty sets in on an animal, when things like that start to, you know what I mean? Like,
and when we have other
and I
animals,
don't know
and
enough,
right now
but-
he's living on our porch, which
Yeah.
is a pretty large space, honestly, for a
oh
squirrel.
yeah, it's huge. He's
and I
loving
keep
it out
bringing
there,
in
but-
branches and things, so
Yeah.
he has new things to
It looks
climb
like a
on.
jungle.
But like, yeah, he's alone.
Right.
You know, most of the day, I go
Right.
visit him every single day in the morning and
Well,
in
he'll
the
come to the
evening.
glass of the door.
But-
She put a thing hanging on the kitchen door that he can climb up on. So he'll stay down the thing and watch us in the kitchen.
And the cats will. I put a chair up to the other side so the cats can sit there.
They
and-
seem to engage. I half want to let them meet each other.
I know,
but I don't know. I would feel
Yeah.
awful if Dan hurt him or something, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
And I don't.
But I don't
he
think
can't
he
come in
would,
the
but-
house because
No,
I
yeah.
just don't want them.
Then
tearing
we'd
everything
lose them in
apart.
the,
And- yeah.
you know,
oh my
the
God,
mire.
That could be a mess.
Right. So yeah, we got that. Well, people know we have Mr. Miyagi passed away a few months ago now, which honestly you might not have been on the show since that. That's probably the last time you've been on the show was when we lost Mr. Miyagi. So maybe you've just been in recovery.
And I have.
So many people may not realize preceding the squirrel, we went to get a water filter at PetSmart one day for Dan, who remains after Mr. Miyagi passed. And so I'm standing in line at the PetSmart, looking around for my wife, like, where the hell is Skully at? And I look over, and she's over by the cat section, crying her face off, you guys. Listen to what I'm telling you. Am I lying? Crying her face off.
So
I knew immediately. Oh, we're taking a cat home today.
There are people, like, just swooning over the kittens, right? And the lady was telling me that they'd had 6 packs of kittens come and go.
Right.
Since this other girl had been in there.
Allie girl.
She had been in there for 6 weeks.
6 weeks in a little tiny cubby hole.
And
they told her that, and that was all it took.
And she was 6 years old, and Mr. Miyagi was 6 years old, so I just felt like...
Right, he passed early at 6,
this little, and she was a stray. They clipped one of her little ears, which I hate.
Poor little,
it makes me so sad every
it.
time I look at her. But she had been caught and spayed and then released back to the wild initially, and then caught again at another point. So...
Right.
Anyway, long story short, she had been in the fucking tank,
I walked over to her, that area, and Skully, she's been in there for 6 weeks. I was like, all right, how much for the cat?
Because everybody wanted the kittens,
Right.
Nobody wants a 6-year-old cat.
I didn't complain a bit.
And
I love Allie, actually. She's a sweetheart.
And Dan, who Daniel's son, that you had mentioned, was like dying for somebody to play with.
He still walks around every day, I think, looking for Miss Miyagi. Like, what the fuck?
He just wants somebody to play with.
And Allie will not play with him, by the way.
Allie doesn't give 2 fucks about
she's
it.
like, get away from me, dude. Allie loves us, but she does
She's
not
great
love Deuce.
And sweet with people.
And she does not love...
She doesn't like other
Dan.
animals.
No, she doesn't. She still looks at Deuce like he's a monster walking around.
She would fuck Mac up.
Yeah, she would fuck Mac up.
She's eating things like him.
I half think Dan would hang out with him, but yeah, she would fuck him up. All right, so let's see. We lost Mr. Miyagi then. We had Deuce for a while now. Deuce is 10. He's our big fat boy.
He's our fatty.
He's our fat doggy dude. And then, you brought in, we lost Miyagi. You brought in Allie girl.
Danielson.
You brought in.
Oh, well.
Well, you brought in Danielson. You brought in Allie girl.
Goes, yeah.
You brought in, I brought in the squirrel. I'll give you that.
Mac.
I brought in Mac. And then I look over the other day, and there's a goddamn lizard living in my kitchen.
Yeah, we have one more. I forgot
What the fuck is happening, ladies and gentlemen?
That's Flo Rida.
Metal-O-Maniax with a Flo Rida.
Flo Rida.
See, hopefully most of our listeners don't know who that is, so just so you know. but I had to look it up. So, okay. But, so how do we end up with a lizard in my kitchen?
You had to look it up.
Huh? Who Flo Rida was and what kind of lizard it was. And I know now. So how do we end up with a lizard?
Okay,
what kind of lizard is it again?
Or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't know that?
I don't know who.
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, Flo Rida's like a rapper. There's a rapper named Flo Rida.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
And now you have a lizard named after a rapper.
Oh,
just so
see,
you know.
I thought it was a play on. So how we got him. So he was shipped to my office. I work in construction, and we got some building materials from Florida shipped to our office. And inside the pallet, when we opened everything up, was this little fucking tiny little lizard that had been shipped from Florida.
Do you know what kind it is, or is it just lizard?
Anole?
It's an anole. It's a Florida lizard.
So he was freezing. He was, in a little corner. Like, we simply
She sent me a picture of him. I was like, he's dying.
He's not going to make it.
He was so cold he couldn't even move or protect himself. I have some grow lamps at my office because I have an office that doesn't have a window, and I like plants. So I have a big lamp set up in there, and so we put him in this thing in this Tupperware basically, and stuck him by the lamps. And as the day went on, he turned green. He was brown, he turned green, and they were like, "Oh, Kelly's gonna save him." And I was like, Kelly's going to take him home to her son.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything with crickets.
I know. Well, and of course, Kai wouldn't take him, though, because he has his own zoo going.
Yeah.
Because he learned from you. He's got bunny rabbits and every fucking thing over there.
Able to take him in.
Yeah.
And I had already gone to the PetSmart and spent $60 on a tank for him and some bullshit. And,
now he's got a fucking. He looks like paradise. He's got like a backdrop picture in his tank. He's got lights and fucking.
It's too much reflecting.
Oh my god.
Background and
good grief.
He had to have a tree because they're tree lizards. They climb. 90% of their life is in a tree, so he needed a tree.
So lucky, dude.
While this is airing right now, somebody out there started posting on one of our social media things. Start posting pictures of your animals. Let's get a big thread going. I want to see
all we need now is something with feathers.
Oh my God! Don't you do that to me. If I got a bird cussing me out, you cuss me out enough. I don't need to come home and have a bird cussing me out.
I don't want a talking bird.
We're not doing that. We have a bird. They call me a cocksucker. I used to live with a couple of dudes when we rented a room together when I was a teenager, and the one dude had a bird, but it had been left. Those talking birds, you have to talk to them. I don't know if you know that, but if you leave them unattended,
Mockingbird,
it fucks
whatever,
with their
right?
brains. Even it makes them crazy. And this bird had been alone for a long time. That he had got it from somebody else, I think. But man, it had pulled out its own feathers and shit. It was nuts. It would sit there saying wacky shit like "fuck off, fuck off." It was weird.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
And that's why we have a zoo now. And our son has a zoo. Our other son has a zoo. So apparently,
I'm hoping that somebody wants to take the lizard.
Anybody want a
give
lizard?
It to their child for a Christmas gift or something.
There you go.
But
come and take our lizard, you guys.
If he didn't eat crickets,
take our lizard off.
It's so bad. I just don't want to also have crickets.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. Now we got a cricket farm going too. So good grief. Good grief. Good grief. All right, well, I tell you what, let's play some jams. How about that?
Yeah.
I want to play some jams. I do got some news of the weird I want to get into a little bit later in the show with you tonight.
Okay.
We're going to have Out of Hand come by here in a little bit. As a matter of fact, we got Out of Hand coming by. They just put out a split release with Fulminator, who you are representing tonight. Yeah. Another band we've had on the show. We talked to them. They're an awesome band. Get into our archives and check out the interview. They were a lot of fun.
They were crazy. They were crazy. They were crazy.
Big fans of those cats.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's play some jams and then bring it Out of Hand and then come back and me and Skully will talk a little bit more crazy shit later in the program.
I didn't come here for that.
Open this up with a little Spirit World. This actually is for our pals and Thralls of Metal. They just did the review of the new release from them. Death Western is the name of the new release. We're going to play the title track from it. Later, after our show's over, go to Thralls of Metal and watch their review of this, man. Really fun band. What's funny is if you go back and hear early stuff from this band, they're kind of it's like country, folky, fucking punky thing. But this is very hardcore-ish, meets deathy vibes. You're going to like it. I think you're going to like it a lot. Out of Vegas, so what do you expect? Right behind that, let's play some Convent. And Convent, actually, this is a request for our Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania brother, Kendall Hansen out there.
Okay.
We did miss it when it came out earlier this year, so we're going to play a song for him called Pipe Dreams off of Cold Down the Sun. This is an all-female doomy death metal band.
Nice. Okay.
You're going to love them.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
And right behind that, we'll bring in our friends from Out of Hand even. They got a song for us to play off of that split with Fulminator, and we'll talk a little bit of shit, play a jam from it, and then come on back. Me and Skully will have some fun with. I got some brand new news of the weird for you guys. So
okay, yeah, I'm curious.
Come hang out with us for it. And now, Metal. Welcome back, Skully. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. I want to see you every day.
These two are street-walking scum.
Is all we'll need to secure your name in the annals of Western history.
This is the paradox of Western existence.
We all need something to look forward to, even if it is just a pipe dream.
You stay out here long enough, you start to just become that sad, pathetic old bag, you know, just chasing a fucking pipe dream.
I will not accept that it's a highly dangerous road. Work is finished. The Central Reserve safety fencing will go ahead.
Right. What?
Yeah.
Luckily, no one was hurt in the crash.
We got some papers. Papers? For what? Nigga, we smoking nugs, nigga. What? Man.
The fuck?
And now for something completely different.
And welcome back into Snoring Dog Studios, Metal-O-Maniax, where I'm joined by my new friends, some of my favorite people in the world. I got to tell you, man, out of Puerto Rico. What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Yo, what the fuck is up, homie?
What's up? What's up?
You guys are making my fucking evening, man. For those keeping track at home, I've been trying to get you guys on the show literally since Exility came out. I listen to that every day still, all the time. So, fuck yes. Thank you for that.
Thanks for the support, man. Appreciate it.
Well, to kick things off, if you don't mind, introduce yourselves, gentlemen, to the Metal-O-Maniax hanging out with us tonight.
Okay, so I'm Joel. I play bass and I play vocals as well. Sheesh.
I'm Omar, and I play guitar in the band.
Fuck yeah, man. And I am the Crypt, and I'm a fan of you motherfuckers, man. And dude, Exility is silly, and I've just been diving into the split that you guys put out with Fulminator. Fulminator are actually friends of ours, man. We go back with those guys. We've had them on the show, man. So, next time you see those guys, let Reptilian Deluxe know that Metal-O-Mania said hello.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Fulminator.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yo, shout out to the Fulmy boys. We love them.
That's still Skully's favorite T-shirt to wear is her Fulminator shirt I got for her. And one of mine is my Exility shirt. But how you guys doing, man? How you been lately?
I've been good. Working hard, rehearsing. We still got a couple of shows at the remaining of this year. And a lot of great stuff for 2023. In regards to, we just released a new split with Fulminator. And shout out to Fulminator one more time. We did a release show back in Halloween. Probably one of our best shows to this date. Like, the crowd was crazy. The performances were all fucking great. And a couple more shows in December. And yeah, 2023, more stuff coming up.
Full steam ahead, baby.
That's right.
Awesome. And you did the release show with the Fulminator guys, right? Like, that was a big Puerto Rico show, right?
Yeah, it was pretty fucking wild.
Yeah,
it was the best one we've ever had, honestly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Their first show since 2020. Fulminator's first show since 2020.
Since before the COVID shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember the last time I saw Fulminator was in January 2020. I still wasn't in the band. So yeah, I was just a spectator back then. But yeah, it was their first show back. So a lot of people were highly anticipating this show. The crowd was insane. Again, I've never seen a crowd that wild, at least in one of our shows before. And the ending to the event was crazy. So a lot of people got on stage. They did a Power Trip cover. And people just went crazy for that.
Yeah, shit was about to fall off, actually. Like, that hasn't really happened before in that venue in particular. So we had to do like a wall because the drum set was like falling off the stage. And it was like, oh shit.
Wow.
But, like, who the fuck was gonna like tell everyone to leave? Like, it was literally filled to the fucking brim. It was wild.
It started off at holy shit. Everyone's here on stage too. Oh, fuck, I think this might fall off.
Everybody watch out. Was it Executioner's Tax? Was that the song?
Yeah, it was Executioner's Tax. It was a surprise too. It was like, oh, that's like the perfect song for the worst shit that's gonna happen with the stage.
Right, when the whole thing comes down, man. Fuck yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. That's an amazing, and what a perfect show for Halloween, man. That sounds like a good time. Fuck, I wish I could have been there, brother.
Yeah, it's always really fun to play with them. Every single time that we play with Fulminator is just a complete blast, whether it's just like crowd participation being as well as that, or just like whatever antics that we choose to do from that, in that show. It's always pretty fun. So yeah, that split was like the most natural thing we could do.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Tell me about the formation of the band and who are the other cats that make up the band with you guys.
Shit, well, I guess I gotta.
Yeah, that's Joe's favorite right there.
Yeah, so Out of Hand is a band that formed in like mid 2018. we've been through several lineup changes. The last lineup change, and I guess the more significant one, because this is where all the current stylistic approaches, is me on bass and vocals, which have been since 2018. Recently, like Omar said, he was integrated into the band, I think in 2020, pretty much during the pandemic.
Right, during the
And our drummer, who is not here right now, his name is Daniel Maini. And he was like since late 2018. He wasn't the first drummer, but he was like the second one. He came in still pretty early on. But yeah, lots of lineup changes, especially like during Auxiliary, lots of changing. But basically, we've been like fucking around since 2018, just trying to make this shit work.
Right, get it off the
But
goddamn
I feel
ground.
like right now, like we're doing it. Yeah, we're fucking with it. Auxiliary was like the first foray. It was like our first album, and it was like just the first foray into, you know, what you can do, being just at that time, just three other motherfuckers like just trying to hash it out. And it's really surprising that people actually like really cared about that album. It's pretty wild because we recorded that album and just we were not expecting anything, but like it's great though. Like we really appreciate what you're doing.
Oh man!
So thank you so much.
That album spread out across the fucking world, man. You know, that album, you guys made that album and then it picked up legs and started traveling all over the place, man. That was really my first, my first coming across you guys was that release. I was like, holy fuck, who the fuck is this? And it blew me away. As a matter of fact, I reached out to you guys when it first came out and sent you a picture. I had to get me a t-shirt, I was full on like, fuck yeah, let's go, brother. So I'm glad to finally.
Yeah, I remember that. I sent the shirt. I was like, oh, who this Chris Grant guy has like a fucking podcast. Let me check this out.
Fuck yeah. We are big fans, brother. We are big fans for sure, brother.
Yo, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So then you got it off the ground. You put out Auxiliary. You've gone through a couple of changes and all that stuff. 2023 is on the horizon. I got to imagine that's going to be kind of the three songs, Inertia Complex and Inconsequential. We're going to play Inertia Complex, by the way, for everybody tonight on the show. And then the awesome Bad Brains covers on there. But at some point in 2023, can we expect a full array of what the new flavor of the band is going to be? What's kind of your thoughts on that at the moment?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of shit like for 2033. I don't know if it's gonna be like completely everything released, but we have material for an album which we're gonna be recording. I don't know when this is gonna like release, but should be around there like early 2023. We have a bunch of other music as well, like some doom-oriented songs that we want to experiment with.
Like Joe was saying, so we've been pretty active when it comes to songwriting. And something I really like about working with these guys is how well we click. Because I remember I met these guys years ago, and we connected through like just talking about bands and different stuff we like. And I was already a big fan of the band before I was in it, and I was into the thrash stuff. I was into death metal, but once I got to know them a bit more, I discovered that they were into a lot of cool shit that I was also into, like some of the more like contemporary bands like Gatecreeper, Full of Hell, Nails, so all that shit. So we've been basically trying to just playing all the stuff that we like and just having fun and exploring and experimenting. Like Joel mentioned, we've been also doing some doom influence stuff, like something more slow paced, more groove oriented, more focused on improvisation and just ambience and noise, which is not something you hear a lot with a lot of the death metal bands coming out today. So yeah, we decided to do that, as well as the Bad Brains cover. We don't see a lot of people covering Bad Brains, and they should, because Bad Brains is fucking amazing.
Right. Agreed.
But yeah, basically what you'll be hearing in 2023, as soon as we start recording, it's a little bit of what we've been doing in the past 2 years, which is all the weird influences we're into at the moment. So yeah, and it's like I mentioned, everything flows so well with these guys because we get each other a lot. So sometimes I'm just playing a riff and Danny, our drummer, just starts playing around with it. He just starts doing blast beats or just drum fills. Then Joel catch up. Or sometimes Joel comes up with a bass line. I try to do something with the guitar. So everything just flows perfectly.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, tell me about, we're going to play Inertia Complex for everybody tonight, man. Tell me about this jam in particular, gentlemen.
Well, that jam was like one of the first songs that Danny sent us because at that time, all of this weird, the weird experimentation and like just like different approaches happened before Exility because it was like, all right, with Exility, we kind of like did what we wanted to do at that time. What we were listening to, we were listening to a lot of like just the normal contemporary bands that were at the moment, like Omar Said Power, Trip Nails, and Gate Creeper. And we still do. But when Omar stepped in, like he was a lot more into weird shit, kind of like what me and Danny were into. And we kind of like, we figured, okay, we already did this. This is what we did at that time. But, you know, what can we do at this time with the new shit that we're listening to? Because, like I said, we got really into like alternative music and more into doom. I actually,
well, much more groove influence too, for sure.
Yeah, much more groove influence.
Yeah,
a lot of effect pedals.
Yeah, that too. Like Exility was like really simple, but we kind of, at least I kind of wanted to always add a little bit of weird effects because we've always liked bands like Full of Hell that had that harsh noise influence. But with like when we added Omar, he pretty much helps me out with all the noise, so we could like more on top of that. Like that's why you can hear a bit more of a effects influence in songs like Inconsequential Guilt. You can also kind of listen to that in Inertia Complex. Also, because just the bands that we were listening to were doing this, even if they were kind of quote unquote death metal hardcore, like Gulch. We really fucking love Gulch, and they always have like these weird oscillation sounds kind of in between songs or just like industrial beats, and we really dig that as well. So it's like, I mean, if they can do it, why can't we?
Fuck yeah, I love it. And well, and the final product is that, man, I'm a huge fucking fan of all of it, so that's good shit.
That's perfect. That means we're doing it right. Oh yeah,
damn right. Well, and then when this song is over, man, all of our Metal-O-Maniacs out there, they're going to want to know, how can they pick up a copy of Exility? How can they get a copy of the split release or a kick-ass out of hand t-shirt, man? What's the best way to follow you guys and not miss out on that shit?
Okay, so in terms of following us, you can follow us pretty much everywhere. We're like in YouTube, we're in Instagram, we're in we're like Facebook, all the socials. Yeah, where you can get pretty much all the merch in Bandcamp. Like we still have a bunch of Exility copies. We don't have the Exility shirt, but we always pretty much try to like do different merch, and we have merch right now on like Bandcamp. Copies, we made some cassettes of the split. There's actually two versions, the Fulminator version and our version. And I can't really show you this right now because as of right now, I don't really have the cassette coming. They're supposed to be shipped very soon.
Awesome.
But we did like this weird shit where like if you take both copies and you kind of put them like next to each other, they have like this like a transmutation circle, like this weird design that kind of connects. And you can also get that through Bandcamp as well. We have a bunch of copies still. I mean, we should have a bunch of copies still. You can check out our music through Spotify and all the streaming platforms as well. Just search up Out of Hand Puerto Rico. So we're pretty much everywhere. You literally cannot avoid us at all.
Goddamn right. That's what I want to hear, man. And a part of the aerial assault of the coming years, man. I'm looking forward to everything you're doing, for real.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Appreciate it, man.
Money.
Fuck yeah. Well, gentlemen, I have to tell you, thank you very much for hanging out with us here on Metal-O-Mania, and I'll track you down and get you to do it again if you're up for it.
Yo, definitely. You can call us anytime you want, brother.
Awesome. Well, fuck yeah, man. I appreciate this, fellas. Let's play everybody this jam and kick them right in their dicks.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's get this bread.
Yo.
And now, Metal.
Yo, what the fuck is up? This is Joel from Out of Hand, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Skully.
What pisses you off the most?
Cops. I hate them.
And inertia, don't get me started. Inertia's a killer.
And now back to Night Beat.
Oh, man, it's so good to get Out of Hand on the program. I am such a huge fan of those cats. Thank you for hanging out, you guys, man, for real.
Absolutely.
I have been trying to get them on since Exility came out. Exility came out a little over a year ago. I still listen to that all the time, so we're big fans of those guys.
Gotta show them the love. We gotta do something. Let's step it up.
Very, very good time. Very, very good time. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us on the program. You know, last time I had Henry come in from Pursuit. I got my Pursuit hat on tonight, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
He came in and we talked a little bit of news of the weird, and it's been a while. So
you're coming back.
And you're weird.
Things
I mean,
that have happened since then.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And I got this one for you, man. Let's start off with this story out of Wisconsin. Speaking of Wisconsin, thank you to Casket Robbery. Just came on the show last week. We got to meet them in person at the Tennessee.
Great.
We never even talked about the Tennessee Metal Festival earlier. I meant to.
No shit.
We talked animals in the first break and skipped over all that. We'll have to come back around
Well, I
to
think
that
you've
later.
covered the Tennessee thing with other people. I was there.
With my own eyes, I saw her come.
We had fun. and we got to meet Casket Robbery out of Wisconsin, which is where this story is, by the way.
All right. So what happened in Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. There's your trouble, Junior.
So apparently, Mary Brown, a person working at a convalescent center. Do you know what a convalescent center?
Okay.
Where the old people are at, you know, the elderly care place. I guess this guy who was an old patient of theirs had a pain on his foot.
Okay.
So a nurse, and not even a nurse, excuse me, I'm giving her too much credit for medical abilities. A orderly decided to help the dude out and cut his foot off for him.
Cut the foot off.
Mary Brown, 38, cut his foot off. She's being charged with assault. She's being charged with battery. She's been arrested, obviously. Yeah. She said in her defense that her family owns a taxidermy business.
Oh, well, that explains it.
So she was going to take the foot and put it on display in the taxidermy business, where she intended to hang a sign that said, "Wear your boots, kids." This is real. I did not embellish a single fact there for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the truth. That is the truth.
Is he serious?
Yeah. Mary K. Brown.
Oh, he had frostbite on his foot. Did you say that?
No, I think I thought he had a sore on his foot, but he had frostbite. Okay.
I was gonna say, like, why would you just cut off somebody's foot? But frostbite. Okay, you can't bring a foot back from frostbite, though.
Yeah, but she's not a doctor. You have to be a doctor to do that, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that.
Good grief. Well, would you try to cut off my foot if it was frostbit?
No, I'm not a taxidermist.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I did forget about the taxidermy angle. Ouch. Ouch, very ouch.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, yeah, that she is due in
Although
court.
nothing generally lives through the taxidermy process.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be alive.
Don't think I would go there either.
I'm not going to trust your instincts to keep me alive through the process if your only skills are taxidermy.
Picky bitch.
So funny.
That is hilarious, man. All right, Fort Lauderdale.
Wear your boots. It is.
Yeah, wear your boots, kids.
Critical lessons. Still.
Important stuff.
Call it a lesson learned.
Florida man. Should I start the story with Florida man? I probably should, right?
Yeah, mostly.
A Florida man saves another Florida man from a Florida man?
This one just struck me as funny. I had to bring it up. A guy was going through TSA on the Fort Lauderdale International Airport, where a radar picked up. Not only was the dude bringing a gun on the plane, but if I gave you 20 guesses on where he had hidden it in his luggage,
Oh, I was gonna say like in a, I don't know.
Do you want to know where he had the gun? And he had his gun.
It was in his luggage.
Yeah, in his luggage. Yeah.
I mean, just like in his underwear.
You would think that would be much smarter. No, he had it in a raw chicken.
Wait, what did you just say?
He was transporting a raw chicken in his luggage with a gun in it. Because who doesn't?
What?
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, the raw chicken alone is going to get them to check your bag.
Right. What's that? John, who was it? The guy that...
You're going to get the bones. They're going to x-ray that, and they're going to just see the bones.
Right. Like, what the fuck? He's got a carcass in there and a gun?
Oh, my God.
Isn't Dan Mintz, the comedian who does one of the voices on Bob's Burgers, he's got a joke that says...
One thing I learned recently is when you go on an airplane, don't hide your weed in a gun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But,
don't hide your gun in your raw chicken.
Don't hide your gun in your raw chicken either.
Did the tagline say that the TSA posted a picture of the Bang Bang chicken?
Yes, it did.
That's pretty goddamn funny.
The TSA posted a picture of the Bang Bang chicken. Good grief. I swear to fuck.
Bang, 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 you're dead.
I worry about this world daily. It's a good thing we have Metal. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, my God. All right.
All
At least you're going to have fun at your job, you know?
I would hope so.
So funny.
God, I love this job.
All right. How about this one? This one actually pisses me off a little bit, but I'm going to bring it up anyway because.
Okay.
And you calm yourself before I tell you this story.
Oh, all right.
A 61-year-old named James Hodges, legally blind. Well, another Florida story, by the way. I should have known.
You must have seen that coming.
I should preface all these with Florida.
They're all going to be Florida stories.
Deputy Jamie Goad. That's right. I'm putting her name out there. She noticed a man walking with a stick folded up in his back pocket. His blind man stick was folded up in his back pocket. She decided it looked like a gun. She stopped him and handcuffed him after he refused to produce his ID. Her sergeant learned that it wasn't a gun at all. In fact, it was his walking cane.
Right.
The dude is blind.
Why was it in his pocket, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he probably knows that area. If you don't need it, he pulled it up. And, I know where I'm going right now.
Okay.
I might be blind, but I ain't stupid.
So he was outraged. 61-year-old guy. He was outraged at being fucked with in the first place. So they were letting him go, finally taking the handcuffs off. When they took the handcuffs off of him, he asked the female police officer for her name and badge number so that he could report her. And she put the handcuffs back on him and arrested him for resisting arrest. So a 61-year-old blind dude that you were fucking with for no reason was a resisting arrest.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Can you resist arrest if you're not supposed to be being arrested? Isn't there some kind of clause in there? This officer is getting in trouble, actually. This officer is in trouble, yeah. This officer got suspended for 2 days without pay. Usually they get suspended with pay. You ever notice that?
Which is just like
a vacation.
time,
Hey, man, you fucked up going on a paid vacation.
Right. Oh no, I'll think about it the whole
Right,
time.
yeah, I'm on the
doing that
beach.
extracurricular thing that I wanted to do.
But she
anyway.
was also demoted.
Oh, okay.
And both officers involved with the stop with the guy have to take remedial civil rights training.
Good. They should all
Hey,
do
man.
that. Good. I like it. Okay.
You know?
Where's this? In Florida?
There you go. Maybe it ain't all bad, Skulls.
All right.
Well, some good news.
All right. Well, last story of the night. Last story of the night, and then I'm going to play you 4 jams, and we're going to wrap up episode 276 of Metal-O-Mania, and we're going to start building. It is pretty crazy, right?
Sorry.
275 last week with Bozier came by. Bozier said hi, by the way.
I know I missed him. I'm sorry about that. I love that guy.
Love Mr. Bozier. All right, last story. We're going to go to
Have you
Northern.
met anybody that doesn't love Bozier?
Yeah, no. Nobody. Anybody who meets Bozier loves Bozier. You have to. It's in his DNA. He's
If
a
you don't
lovable
like
guy.
Bozier, it's you.
It's only
No.
you. Yeah, I think less of you. If anybody ever came to me and was like, dude, I don't like that guy, I'd be like,
that
yeah,
guy would be like,
something wrong with
get out
you
of my
then.
house, you piece of shit.
Right. The fuck out.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
All right.
Last story.
Last story. We're going to go to Northern California for our last story of the evening. We're on November 4th.
Florida, California.
Dustin Procida heard a loud bang and started on his back porch.
Okay.
Started to smell smoke. What do you think it was?
Like lightning or something.
A fucking meteor, man.
Whoa!
A meteor took his shit apart. Yeah, it literally burned his house to the fucking ground.
The whole house.
Yeah, he was only able to save one of his 2 dogs, man.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude, way
How
fucked.
big was the meteor?
We'll show a couple clips here of what was
Whoa.
filmed by a couple of people and passerbys here. But yeah, how crazy is that right there?
Oh,
What the
and he was
fuck?
only able to save one of his because it happened that fast.
Yeah, I guess it hit the back porch and lit up his fucking house. Neighbors and people took some of this video you're seeing of the ball falling from the sky. Apparently the torrid meteor showers were underway in that area when this happened. So firefighters were called, but the blaze went on for several hours before they got it under control. He said afterwards when they asked him what he thought of all this.
They said it's a 1 in 4 trillion chance. So I guess I might be buying a lottery ticket today.
And yet look in there, you can see some of the damage. We'll show you some of what used to be this dude's house here in the background. How crazy is that? Dude, I understand things happen. You hear sometimes people leave the coffee pot on and it burns your house down, or some, the gas leaks and that kind of thing. But when the shit falls out of the fucking, dude, that shit aimed at you a billion years ago or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. That shit took aim for your house about a billion years ago, and it just arrived.
That's wild.
Is that crazy to think about?
Let's just think about that for a minute.
How do they not know that, I guess what can you do anyway? Like,
Yeah,
even if
right.
you know that
Yeah.
you're going to be, you hear about meteor showers.
You don't know
actually,
the
do. You just
pinpoint
don't think it's,
location,
like,
right?
coming to your house or
Yeah.
have
Well,
your
thank
fire
God it didn't hit the room
extinguisher
he
ready.
was in,
Yeah.
You'd be gone.
So it was that big? Do they know how big the meteor itself was?
I don't think so. I would
Because it did
imagine
so
some
much
of them
damage around it that they couldn't tell
and it
that.
burned, and the whole
Yeah.
house burned up, and all that shit. And as you can see, the whole house burned up.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's brutal.
Crazy. How's that work? I hope he has good insurance.
That is you know what? It was my mom's biggest fear, and she probably instilled it into me. But yeah, the house burning down.
Yeah, no good. No good. No good.
I
no good.
bought those little things that you put on the doors, on the front door and the back door, to tell the firefighters how many animals we have inside.
Well, you better adjust that because now we have lizards and all kinds of shit in this bitch.
Oh, the other line is gonna.
Will
have
the
to be
firefighter save your lizard, or will they be like, "Yeah, fuck your lizard, bro"? How's that work? Is there a line? Are they like, "I'll get the dogs and cats; they're mammals"? but I'm
Well,
not
are
getting
they
the
like
reptile."
already in there, walking around, looking
Right.
around, or like everybody else is safe and they, you know what I mean? Like they got to
I
go
got 62
back
animals.
in for a lizard. You know, I
Yeah.
can't really ask them to go back inside for a lizard.
Damn
you
it!
know,
So I got to run in for the fucking lizard. God damn it!
maybe just take them in the first place.
All right, I'll do
But
it.
you know what? We don't. I don't know how many people do this, but do you sleep with your bedroom door closed? How many people have their bedroom door closed at night? It's the difference between saving your life or not.
Oh, it's
in
supposed
a
to be
fire.
open, you mean?
No,
Or closed?
It should be closed.
Because you can compartmentalize yourself from
Right.
the burning.
It
Oh,
keeps
I
the
see.
smoke out. How do you drop
I
to the ground
see.
and minimize the smoke? And that's what kills you is the smoke.
Right.
Most likely, it's not the fire; it's the smoke because you're knocked out already before the fire burns you up.
Right.
But yeah, if your bedroom door is closed, that's how you stop, drop, roll over to the door, touch the door, not the knob, right? To make sure see if the door is hot. Remember, the knob is metal, so you don't touch that.
Did you
don't
just
remember
take
all
a
these
class or something
lessons
recently?
when you were
Jesus.
little?
I don't remember any of that. I just remember fire, run.
Oh, fuck, fire!
Well, you run into the hallway where the fire is.
Well, that would be me. I mean, remember when that earthquake happened and me and Jaybird were in the fucking third floor place?
Literally,
all we did was ran around in circles for 10 minutes, you know? Like, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know what to do.
Earthquake test!
We didn't have to do anything. Because we did nothing except panic. That might be the case if the fucking meteor falls on my goddamn house, too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is bizarre.
Well,
that is crazy.
Fires happen, though.
Yeah,
You should definitely look into, make
Insurance.
a plan. Make a plan with your family, people.
I have insurance.
You know where to meet outside.
Yeah, I meet down the street at the bar. But one more story. I forgot I do have one more story, and then we'll play the last few jams here.
Give them life safety lessons.
Me too. Go to the bar. That's a great advice. Your house just burned down. Go to the fucking bar. Take the kids. Get them a drink too. I just heard recently that there's some states in this country, and I got to research this, but that you can take underage children into a bar and they can drink liquor there with you if they're there with their parent. Like it's legal. I want to say like Texas might be one. I forget where, but there's a couple of states. Apparently at a bar and a restaurant, you can go and order wine and beer and shit for your child. I don't know about whiskey, but if you are of age and they're your child, you can get them liquor.
Excuse me.
I did not know that.
I do believe in the state of Maryland, you can serve your child alcohol to an extent at home,
really?
in your own home.
I would be
like in,
research that.
Celebrating or having, like I think it's
graduation
wine.
Or
you know what I
something.
mean? I don't think it's like everything. It's like
Well,
wine.
they give
or
you wine in
champagne.
church. I know they can do that, but
yeah,
it's
wine,
a minimal
champagne.
amount,
I don't even know that beer actually qualifies. Definitely not like alcohol.
Remember that time we did that episode with Layla where we did all the weird laws that exist in the different states and shit? Maybe we should revisit some of that. All right, well here we go. Speaking of laws, I got one more story. I jotted this one down at the end when I was on my way down to the studio because it caught my eye. But
okay.
Let's go to Springfield, Missouri for our last story of the night. Missouri. Let's go to Missouri.
You can't arrest me now. We're in Missouri.
2 unnamed thieves stole merchandise from a Ross Dress for Less.
Okay.
They hopped into 2 separate getaway cars to make their escape.
Not a bad plan, I guess.
Right. Maybe
Right.
you can, at least
Throw
one of you
people
got
off.
a better chance
Right.
of getting away.
Right.
Well, they were caught when they crashed those 2 vehicles into each other.
Oh no! They did one of them scenes from like we pull out and
Like the Keystone Cops or the Reno 911 and shit. Like motherfucker.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, the 2 thieves ran into each other. The police said the suspects tried to flee on foot after that, but they were quickly apprehended after they crashed their getaway cars into each other. Your
and
only
how much
job
clothes do you even have? Like,
is Ross Dress for Less like that? I wouldn't have thought that would be your target. Of all the places at that shopping mall you went to, really, Ross was the place, huh? That's what you went with? Okay.
And again, it's like, how much can you carry that? Like, it's not even like grand theft. Like, where are you running so bad for?
I got 6 dresses, bro.
One of the biggest criminal masterminds in modern history.
Oh my God.
So yeah, if advice for you if you're gonna rob a Ross Dress for Less, first of all, pick a better target, and second of all, don't run into your other buddy.
Why don't you put that on your Good Morning Missouri fucking wake up broadcast, bitch?
I think the deal is that they have like, it's the, I don't want to call them hand-me-downs, but it's like the slight defect
Imperfects.
in some way.
The imperfects.
Yeah. So I think you can get like good quality name brand things there.
Just bad stitching.
Yeah, something
so
like that.
If you and me started a band, we'd probably have to call it the Imperfects. So maybe that is our story after all.
Sometimes we're imperfect.
All right, well, what do you think? You want to play some jams and get out of here for the evening? Yes, it's a long show.
It was really good to see you guys.
Yeah, what do you think? When will you be back?
Nice
4 months from now?
No. I'll be back, guys. We got the holidays coming up, so I got a little time off.
I love wintertime, and it's almost here, so let's enjoy that.
Yeah,
winter is coming. Winter is coming. All right, well, let's warm up with some toasty jams, bro, and get out of here with 4 jams. We're going to open this up with some Idle Ruin. Idle Ruin, The Fell Tyrant is the name of their brand new release. Delta Hexatoxin is the name of the song we're going to play for it. This will be their full-length debut release when it comes out, and I believe it's scheduled for January to come out for you, so look for that. Right behind that, some Miscreants, man. Miscreants, this is a debut from these guys as well. We haven't played the drinking game in a while, so if you are playing the drinking game, remember, every time we say debut. But this is a debut from these thrash-laden, deathy cats out of Italy. I really love it a lot. It's got really kind of death meets atheist vibes to me. And that's beautiful if you ask me. And this is a great album. You're going to love it. Behind that is some Death Risk. I'm trying to get Death Risk on the show, hopefully. Unrelenting Malevolence is the name of the brand new release from these Canadian thrash deathies. Out of Calgary, Gruesome Tools of Torture is the song we're going to play for you tonight. And trust me when I tell you, this release is fucking mandatory. Pick it up. Pick it up. And let's get these motherfuckers in here. Sophomore full-length outing. And to close out things tonight, we're going to play some Dissenter. Dissenter has a brand new release called Breaker of Bones out of Chicago. These fuckers are killer. We're going to play Corrode Into Nothing as we fade the show into nothing tonight. See how I did that? See what I did there?
Yeah, you're a genius.
Yeah, I'm a goddamn genius. Well, it is good to see you behind the camera. I get to see you every day, but they don't. So I think they're happy you're back. Tell her you're happy she's back. See? Did you hear?
Thanks, guys.
And let's play some metal jams, and we'll see you next week with more metal, more guests, and hopefully more support. Share this episode with your friends. Well, thank you for it.
It'll make them happy.
It'll make me happy.
Right?
It'll make her happy.
Yeah, because when he's happy, I can be happy.
Let's all be happy. And play some metal. See you next week. Love you, Skully.
Much love.
Much metal.
And everyone's happy except the priests. Attack pattern Delta. Go now.
Poison
What the fuck happened to the Delta I used to know?
Mother says, over-apply or slowly die.
Morning, love. Mind if I sing a tune into your vagina?
The evil thing is a gruesome beast.
Now, some of this next footage may be too gruesome for some audience members, so viewer discretion is advised.
Lana, it's like the danger makes it that much harder.
Yeah, that. Plus your dick.
My punishment continues to elude me, and I gain no deeper knowledge of myself.
Nothing's meant to last.
name is John Johnson, but everyone here calls me Vicky.
That's all, bitches.
What's up? This is Carlos from Warbringer, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania.
All right, everyone, what's up? You're here with Steve DiGiorgio, bassist of Testament, Death, and many more. You're here on Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt. Keep it fucking heavy, yo.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Skully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.